Alright, you guys wanted to see some more cooking. Well, today I've got a whole lot of cooking to do. This is actually, I think, over 5 pounds of meat that I've got here. I've got some quail, I've got some chicken that I'm going to be cooking, some steak tips, salmon, and I've also got some bison there, and I've got some ground beef as well. Actually, I think that this is a lot more than 5 pounds, because I know I've got at least a pound of all these meats here, and maybe 2 and 2 on the chicken as well. So it's a whole lot. I've also got, I think, like a dozen quails here. So yeah, let's get started. First, I'm going to just put some salt on everything. Everything is going to get salt, everything's going to get pepper, and then from there the seasoning is going to start to diverge a little bit. I'll probably go in my backyard and pick some of the rosemary that I've been growing, and probably add that for the salmon and maybe for the chicken. I think rosemary pairs well with those two. The quails I'm going to actually be stuffing. Let's make sure we get inside the cavities too. I'm going to be stuffing those with some cream cheese and jalapenos. So yeah, they're going to be a really interesting taste. Alright, let's try to get inside all these quails. I'm probably going to need some more salt than what I picked out too. That's okay, I can just grind some more. Or maybe I'll use the kosher salt. I'm using sea salt right now, but I might just end up switching to kosher salt mid-seasoning, because I got a big old box of that. That's just how they sell it in the stores. I haven't stumbled upon any big old boxes of sea salt yet. Let's see, throw a little bit in there. Alright, I think that's enough salt for the quails. Alright, so now we're going to be going kosher. Let's go ahead and hit up our salmon. It's a beautiful piece of salmon. Now, normally I get the wild-caught salmon. You can probably tell that this is farm-raised because of how fatty it is. But I think the extra fat is going to help it grill better without burning. That's my theory. So we'll see how this comes out. And if it's flawless, you know, not close to burning at all, then maybe I'll go ahead and try with a wild-caught one. Let's kosher up our steak. Alright, and finally our chicken. Alright. So now we'll come through with our black pepper. Alright, so we've got our foods just about seasoned now. Chicken we got pepper on, steak we got pepper on, salmon we got pepper on, and I also added a little bit of ginger. and I went outside to pick a piece of my rosemary. So this is the rosemary that those of you who see, I guess, what is it, the post on this channel, the picture post, the rosemary that you guys saw that the mint is trying to encroach into its territory, but I'm going to be taking care of that soon. The mint is going to be forcefully relocated, so to speak. So now, for the chicken, I've actually decided that I'm going to add this barbecue sauce to it. I think chicken just tends to come out better when you have barbecue sauce on it when you're grilling it. So yeah, we're going to do Stubbs Sweet and Heat. So yeah, let's just get that open. And I think I can fit all the chickens in the bowl. You know what? Here, let's move the quails to the side for now. We're going to be dealing with you guys in a moment. Alright, so throw in our chickens. Alright, and then I guess you can just kind of sit on top. Alright, there we go. I really should have let this marinate overnight. Normally that's what I would do with any type of sauce that I'm going to be adding to chicken before grilling, but you know, I didn't think of it until last minute. So we'll just give it a quick massage here inside of that barbecue sauce. Get those chickens feeling nice and happy. We'll add a touch more. Now, the chickens aren't going to be the first round of grilling, so I guess they will get to sit inside of the sauce for at least as long as it takes me to get my fire going, and then as long as it takes to make the steaks and the burgers, because those are going to go first. Generally, I want to do those on a higher heat for a shorter period of time, because not only is it okay for your beef and your bison to be made like a medium rare or even a rare, but I think it actually tastes better that way. I am a fan of rare meat, but can't do that with anything else that's here. Well, technically you could do that with the salmon, because that is farm raised. I'm not 100% sure if it's like what is it called? I think like parasite-free feed is what you need to give them, because obviously sushi is a thing, but sushi is only made from salmon that is farm-raised with parasite-free feed, because you don't know what the hell wild salmon are eating, man. They probably got parasites and stuff. You don't want that in your life. Alright, so these are pretty much smothered and covered. I'll probably add some of this to them as they're grilling. Alright, so I've got everything set up to start stuffing these quail. So they're going to get cream cheesed, jalapenoed, and then wrapped in bacon. And then thrown on the grill. That's what's going down. So we'll hit them with that cream cheese, jalapeno, and then wrapped in bacon. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, so let me show you guys what I got going on. Steaks and burgers. Isn't that a wonderful sight? So what I actually ended up doing with these burgers, because obviously that part didn't get put on camera, is I blended the beef with the bison. I found that you know, you got to have something else in there with your bison. It's just too lean to grill by itself. We got salt on both sides, white pepper on this side up, and then black pepper on the side that's down. I think these steaks are about ready to come off. So let's take those bad boys off. Yo, you want to see these quails? I'm about to bring them out. Alright, let's see if our burgers are ready to flip yet. No, not quite. Let them go a little bit longer. Alright, I moved these burgers over the hot coals. So now they're actually getting cooked. Look at that. We like when our burgers cook. It's a wonderful thing when our burgers cook. It's an almost beautiful thing when our burgers cook. Alright, and I'm going to have to introduce definitely the salmon soon. In fact, I think I'm going to place the salmon right over there so that he could start cooking on the lower heat. Alright, and there's our salmon sitting pretty. I'm just going to close this and let everything in there have some privacy. Alright, let's have a look on what's going on in here. I bet you those burgers are done. Let's take these burgers off. Let's see, how's our salmon skin doing here? Alright, still crisping up good. I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to add in the chicken right where our burgers were. Let this start at a higher temperature. Try and get that skin nice and crispy. And then I'll probably move it over to the colder coals, although my coals on the right look like they're starting to get nice and white, so those should be getting pretty hot, but we'll be able to tell by how our salmon's doing. Yeah, it looks like I got a little flame. Little flame poking up right underneath the salmon. Alright, and we'll check on how this is doing in a little bit. Show you guys what temperature we're getting to. Alright, watch it tick right up. So out here on the outside in large text is freedom units. Small text on the inside is Celsius. And it's also worth noting that it's measuring the temperature more, you know, right here. It's not really measuring the temperature of the whole unit, because over to the right, it's a little bit colder. Let's see, we were at 450 last time I closed it. Looks like we're going to touch 400. Yeah, we're just barely inching our way up to 400. So there you go. That's what temperature I'm grilling at right now. Alright, let's have a peek at our meats. Let's see, it looks like our chickens are ready to roll over.
Oh my god. The duck's burned! You're cooking in a burnt pan, you fucking dick!
Yeah, our chickens are a bit darker than they want to be.
I didn't know how dark I was till I came to America.
What would people say to you?
I mean, this guy told me I look like under the bed. That's real dark.
So let's move these guys over a bit and then check on our salmon. Salmon is actually doing perfectly. So here's what I'll do, just grab that off. And see if we can't get this side cooked now. Alright, what I'll do is I'll also move these chickens over so that their other side isn't quite as black. So we also don't want to cook these too fast because we need them to cook all the way through. Paying a little bit of barbecue on the chicken. See how the salmon's doing. Oh yeah, that salmon is finished. Go ahead and show you guys that beautiful, beautiful piece of salmon. Alright, it's time to throw our quail on. Alright, so we'll see how these cook. I'm probably going to have to move these around a little bit, like I did with the chicken. And the ones with the full wrap are probably going to be easier to deal with. The ones that just have a bacon scarf, essentially, I doubt they're going to stay wrapped. They're probably going to fall apart. I'm calling this right now. But it's okay. They're still going to taste good. That's really what matters. This one is like a quail ball. He's got his legs tucked up on some kinky shit. Alright, this quail getting hot. It's time to move them. These ones in the middle, where the flames are going, they gotta flee. Flee to the outer edges so that you don't burn. Alright, let's move our quails along. Oh no, this one lost his bacon wrap. They're already coming unwrapped. Oh no, this one lost his jalapeno. This one is wrapped perfectly. Put him right there. We'll actually rotate him slightly. Put this one right here. And we'll take this one. Put him on his side right there. Alright, so here's the food that I have cooked. We've got the barbecue chicken, we've got the burgers. There's only 4 of them left because I had one for dinner tonight. And underneath the burgers, we got the steaks. I think there's 3 pieces of steak left. Yeah, you can see there's 2 there. I also had a piece of steak for dinner. And we've got the salmon. That's almost a 1 pound piece of salmon. It's like a 0.92, very close to a whole pound. And then we've got all of the quails. Well, we have -3, so 9 quails left, because my neighbor had one, I had one, and one of my friends came over and had a quail as well. And everybody enjoyed the quail. I've had quail many times before. This is usually how I've had it, where it's stuffed with cream cheese and jalapenos and wrapped in bacon. But for my neighbor and my friend, this was their first time having quail, and they liked it, just like I hope you guys liked this video. So let me know if you decide to try it for yourself. Hopefully you learn some tips and tricks from this video here for cooking all of these different types of meats on your own.